Hello to all of our change makers. We are back with another fascinating interview. I can't wait for you to meet this gal. I say that the world needs more system builders. That's what I'm doing. And there's not a lot of us out here. We kind of trip over each other once in a while. But my friend Carrie Allen is one of these new system builders. So take it away, dear. Tell people what you are doing and what makes you so amazing.
Oh my goodness. Well, thank you so much for that lovely introduction. And you couldn't be more right that there's not a whole lot of us yet that are seeing the how to make the connections real. There's so many amazing things popping up in the world. And yet for me, I see the web I want to build between them to make them even brighter, even more accessible to people that are already looking for them. So hi, everyone. I'm really excited to be here. I'm Carrie Allen. I'm founder of the Holistic Health Hub, and I am building the new healthcare system. I don't know if you've noticed, it's a bit broken. And we really see that there's an opportunity to not just rebuild a system that is currently failing us, but actually to say, what does the new system look like? And how do we build connections and infrastructure to support whole person health? And I'm probably preaching to the choir in some ways because you all see and understand where the fragmentation is. And there's a couple different pieces that we're tackling. But overall, what I love to say is that it's a simple shift, but it's not easy, which is taking the existing system and flipping it on its head. Because right now, it's centralized around institutions, and we need to centralize it around you. If we're really going to get back to whole person care, we can't build that with our unique operating system being fragmented across the ecosystem. Instead, you need to be able to hold your health in one space. And so our goal is really to move us into that system and to connect the practitioners that are already seeing and practicing with whole person health as their fundamental philosophy for guiding their clients, patients, et cetera. And so I can share more about that later, but that's what I'm up to.
Wow, that's a mouthful, and I love simple but not easy. Is that there's no truer statement that's ever I mean, we should be able to shift at least our thought processes pretty quickly, but I don't think that's happening a whole lot with a lot of people either. We've been too trained to be in the traditional healthcare system. So if I'm not mistaken, you actually are working on creating it's kind of like when we go to the doctors and they do electronic health records these days. It sounds like you're trying to replicate that, but and I love how you call it whole person health. Is that what you are really up to?
It's funny. I didn't think about it for a really long time. And then it kind of arrived, and I was like, oh, yeah, I guess that is what we're doing, huh? It's more than that, though, right? Because right now, when you think about your EHR, your electronic health records, you're thinking about MyChart or Epic or wherever that happens to live. And those are not the most intuitive or easy to access or understand what's happening in those platforms. And so it's for us, it's bigger than that, because when I think about where your health hub is, which is what we're building, it is not just the labs and the diagnostics and the notes and the prescriptions and the supplements or the protocols in there. That's really important stuff. And also, it's how are we empowering you to understand what's happening in your body? How are you connecting to your healthcare team? How are you supporting your health every single day in this hub? Not just the, oh, right, I need to pull that form for such and such or fax this over here. Those are real pain points that we do want to solve. And also, we want to empower you to be in the driver's seat of your health. And even if you were to take an EHR and put it as a decentralized or centered around you approach, you'd still be missing a huge part of the picture to actually enable whole person health. And so, yes, and
I love it. And when you're talking whole person health, I'm believing you are talking body, mind, and spirit. Is that correct?
And social, relational, environmental as well. So yes.
Wow. Wow. That does cover a lot of territory to say the least. Holy mackerel. So I gotta know what's the backstory behind this? What led you to this aha moment that said, I'm gonna tackle this?
A little bit of crazy. No, life. I mean, I cannot synthesize it any more concisely than my whole life has pretty much moved me here. However, there's a couple key moments that started to unlock why this was so important. One, my own burnout from a corporate career and all that I did and learned in my corporate business and marketing. One, amazing knowledge gathering education for me as to how to actually build business and an infrastructure. So that's coming to light more and more these days of, oh, wow, I have all that knowledge and experience. But in that process, I burned out from the old system, from the old paradigm in a way that, wait a minute, life all of a sudden didn't make sense anymore. And things were like crumbling and crashing around me and physically for myself. Right. And while I tried to resolve the physical things through the existing system, I just kept hitting walls. And I'm like, but there's three things happening right now in my physical body, and nobody's even trying to connect the dots there, let alone listening to all the things. You know, they'd listen, but not connect. And so for me, that started my journey. And through that experience, I also then had multiple other things come up around both of my kids, where I was able to learn different systems based on challenges that they were having, sensory processing, executive functioning, et cetera, skin health, gut health. I mean, my mom had open heart surgery and moved through that, and her experience moving through that and just how challenging it was and the support that she needed as wraparound care. And so for me, I'm one of those people that just can't help but see the gaps and this doesn't have to be this hard. And I'm an operationalizing person, right? I'm like, oh, okay, here I see the big picture. Now, how do we just reconfigure it so that it's actually easier? We're making it harder than it needs to be, right? So um, I kind of lived the life, and through those scars started to shape and understand, like, what do I want? What would I need? What did I need when I was having these physical manifestations of stress, burnout, etc., and a lot of other things at the same time too? And how do I build an infrastructure that would have supported that version of Carrie in the best possible way, and the Carrie that is not just caring for myself, even though I have to work hard to remind myself that I'm important too in my health journey. And I'm a mom taking care of two small kids, and I'm managing their health. And I have aging parents that I'm helping manage as well. Right. And so I took on this intense, and I'm really good at it, project management job. But also I start to see, okay, if I'm going to project manage this, I need different tools. These tools are not working for me. We need to create new tools. And that's ultimately what I'm doing, is putting the power in your hands with new tools that are going to help you navigate, build the support team, and build your own healthcare system, because that's actually what it's all about.
Wow. Empowerment deluxe. I love it. Well, and I know I'm already getting your daily email that gives you little tidbits of health and wellness kinds of stuff every day. So, that's a great example. I've never been in a doctor's office that does.
No,
No,
no, right? Or like, what's coming up this season, right? Because the world is constantly changing around us. And I think
yes.
you and I were talking about this a little bit off camera or maybe it was the beginning where you said, the mental shifts, and mental shifts don't happen overnight, right? Well, every once in a while we have a profound, aha moment, but it's really about the incremental small shifts and changes, or tuning in new ways, or listening. And so I think that email is so powerful because it's light. It's not asking you to do a lot. We are all very overwhelmed in the world right now. There's a lot coming at us. How do we just have that moment for ourselves, and not a lot of pressure to like change, 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 change. Instead, just allow ourselves to like incrementally change.
I love it. Yes,
Yeah.
stepping stones. That's what
Yes.
everybody needs,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
I love it. Well, I know that I felt the need to be on your platform because I like to call myself the Healing on Purpose architect. But please tell people who you're looking for and how they can benefit from being part of your holistic health hub.
Yes, absolutely. So, um, it is a whole new healthcare system, which means we need everybody that resonates with this vision. And I say that honestly and truthfully because, as Cheyenne mentioned, we are mind, body, spirit, social, emotional, relational, and environmental, right? So, if you work in a space where you feel like you're helping people with their health, then we want to have you. That includes anybody in the conventional medicine system, or that sees this fragmentation and wants to support people in a better way and wants to connect with others that see it this way and move themselves into a greater system. That includes people who have felt like they are very outside of even the holistic space and are doing new and unique things. You are unique, and we want you to be able to be found and seen. So, that I'll just say, you're making me think of, we did an in-person practitioner event this week, and in the room were orofacial if I can say that word. It's a tongue twister, which is ironic because they work in the mouth, and it just makes me laugh because I can't say the words. Myologists, we had chiropractors, we had nurses, we had care coordinators, we had Reiki masters, we had sound healers, we had really the whole spectrum. And that's a nutritionist, dietitians, like that's what we need, right? If we're going to build whole person health, we need the whole spectrum. So it's an open
Mm.
invitation to, if you feel like it resonates with you, then you're meant to be there. And what that means is we are building now. So I talked about kind of the vision and where we're moving towards. And today, that is a double-sided marketplace with a directory as the beginning point, right? We're addressing the first problem, which is the fragmentation. How do we start to connect the right people into the right place? How do we build the network so that those that are seeking you can find you? So you can list your business, your services, your offerings, all in the directory for free. You create an account there, and then you'll be connected to us to learn about the movement and all that's coming as we're building this new infrastructure for health. Um, I would say the only other thing is, if you are interested in, we have a declaration that we're asking people to sign, which is, I want this new system. So if you're like, I don't know that I'm ready to tell people about what I'm doing today, that's okay. And you can still stay in touch by signing the declaration, creating your account. You can benefit from an individual perspective too for free by being able to bookmark, etc. So that's how you can participate today. And the reason we need that is we are actively supporting people through our well-being concierge. I want you to think of the well-being concierge as your care partner, your navigating partner, of not telling you what to do. Just like we talked about, this is all about empowerment, right? But it's putting new tools, new knowledge in your hands. And so our well-being concierge is actively supporting people who are moving through something. That could be a child that they're supporting, an adult, or a aging parent that they're supporting, their own health of, I don't know what else to do next, and I've hit walls. And so the well-being concierge is connecting those people to educational resources. Perhaps you have a course or a service that you offer. And then also, we're building the in-person network. We're starting in Boston and connecting people in the New England area so that we can actually send them to the chiropractor, to the cardiologist who sees health as a whole person health system, to the Reiki master because they've never experienced that and they want somebody who's going to help support them feel a little bit lighter and find what's stuck. So
Mm.
that's why we need you, because we are actively supporting people and we need to build the network so that we can send them to you. So please list yourself. And then of course, I know we'll provide my contact information and all that stuff. So if you have questions or thoughts or other things, I'm more than happy to connect.
Awesome, awesome. Yeah, and as I listen to you talk, it reminds me of the term that I've heard here in North Carolina because, Duke University has been kind of on the leading edge for a while of talking about the concept of integrative medicine. And
Yes.
that's what it sounds like you are describing here is, we're not tossing out Western medicine. There's a lot of good stuff there. Unfortunately, they have never learned about nutrition. They have no concept of how you integrate a spiritual concept into medicine. There's a lot of things they're missing. So,
Yes.
but we
Yes.
can integrate with the folks who do have those pieces and be able to make a much more effective healthcare system because I know my husband ran for governor of North Carolina in 2012, and way back then, our country was listed number 40 in terms of the healthcare results we get. We're now down around 47, 48.
It's not going
For
up.
it is not going up. So for the country who spends more on healthcare than anybody in the world, but ranks 48th, there is a problem.
Absolutely. I heard a statistic once that was talking about the investment into health from like a venture capital, et cetera, perspective, that every other field, when you see investment going in it, it means that they're showing progress. And actually
Mhm.
health, when you see investment increasing, it actually means that it's trending downwards. It's like an inverse to every other. And that just like, yeah, my whole body like lights up when you hear that, because that's just devastating. And also, then why are we trying to solve the problem that way? Because
It
clearly
makes
it's
no
not working.
sense.
Like, I'm like, oh, that's really fascinating. So why do we keep doing it?
Exactly.
But that's
Exactly.
that's why I'm doing what I'm doing, because those are the types of questions that I ask. Oh, okay. Huh. I'm not
What?
getting any answers. Why am I going to keep repeating the same thing over and over again? Right. And I
Yeah.
love what you said. And it's really true. Um, I really see that we have a healthcare system that's just a slice of the pie. And yet we've been kind of perpetuating this thought that it is the whole pie. And it doesn't
Mhm.
mean that it's not part of the pie, but it's one slice of it. And actually, if you look at what insurance covers, it only covers, let's be generous and say 25%, because about 15% of those are like maybe today, maybe not today. um, but 25% of healing modalities. And so if we're only enabling ourselves to see 25%, we're not accessing the full spectrum of what's possible for our own health and wellness. And that fundamentally is like the big problem that I want to solve, is exposing the entire pie, connecting the entire pie. And I don't think I have to do much else than that, because I think as soon as you build the connective tissue, it starts to flourish. And that
Mhm.
is me moving us from an extractive system to a regenerative system and for
Mhm.
health. And I think that fundamentally is the easy shift.
For sure, for sure. Oh my goodness. Well, is there a simple link that practitioners can go to be able to get signed up on your platform, or do we just need to put that in the comments?
Yeah, you can go straight to holistichealthhub.app. There you'll see there's for individuals, for businesses, or just get started, because if you're a practitioner, you're also an individual. And so feel free to
Yes.
just create an account, and then you can enable both sides of the functionality for yourself. And then, yeah, if you have questions, we'll drop my email below too, and you can email me. I'm happy to chat that way as well.
Wonderful. And so individuals can already start to search your database. Is that true?
Absolutely. So I consider it the kind of DIY version of the fragmentation.
Yes.
So you can create an account so you can bookmark and save, because I'll be honest, one of my core pain points when moving through this myself was I had bookmarks and saved things in my email, in Instagram, in my text messages, and my screenshots, and all these things. And so as I build this directory, one of the things that I'm solving for myself is how do I make it easy to find that thing that was so valuable, but I didn't need yet, but I need it 3 weeks later. So today that's it. And we are currently working with a whole bunch of practitioners to host their courses, to get their educational resources up there, and then also build out a library of whole person health resources, which is, for example, you can think of it as what is sensory processing? What are primitive reflexes? What is a myologist and why do I care? Because there's again, we only have this one little slice. And to be honest, do any of us really understand what's happening in this slice either? No. You have to go see a new specialist and you're like, who is this and what? And what do they do? And what body part are they looking at? Right. So we're building that library of like Health 101. Like, hey, let's learn our own operating system. Did you know you have fascia? What does that mean? And who can help me if it like triggers something for me that,
Wow.
oh, I can, oh, that's me, right? That's really kind of the library, and you can access that through the Wellbeing Concierge membership as well. That exists today if you're interested in that. Yeah.
Nice. Very nice. Well, I know from personal experience that what you have taken on is no easy task, but thank God you're young and energetic and motivated and and I definitely am here to support your efforts. And I know that there are other people that I'm connected to that will probably be pretty enthusiastic about it too. So we will definitely make sure to put all your contact info into the comments under this video. And just curious, do you have any wonderful words of wisdom you'd like to leave people with today?
I have all kinds of wisdom now.
I bet that's we could do a whole nother
We could. I guess based on our conversation, I just wanted to kind of feel through what felt most resonant based on our conversation, which you're not alone. No matter what you're feeling, whether it's individually or as a practitioner or somebody who's trying to make an impact from a health and wellness perspective, you're not alone. And we really believe in the power of community and that social health and that relational health that is fundamental to being a human. And while we use technology to support ourselves, we absolutely need to make sure that we maintain and enhance the human connection. And so I just want you to know you're not alone. We're here together and we should support each other. So those are my wisdom moments for today.
Awesome. Well, I couldn't agree with you more. There is building community is so important, and I love the fact that you have started in New England, starting to try to create some in-person community. That's part of our goal too with We Care Partnerships and the Hope Institute. So as you work on doing that, we hope to be able to help facilitate you doing that in other areas as well, because that's what we need is we need to get down to that local level where
Yes.
people can get to know who are the real problem solvers in their community, right? That's what we're really wanting. That's what we're really needing. Because I'm sorry, if you're talking about spending more money than anybody else and ranking 48th, we need some problem solvers to figure out why that gap exists, right?
Yeah, yeah, and I just have to say that in our very first in-person, because we've done a lot virtually over the years, which is really amazing, and you're right, there's a both and in in
Mm.
those scenarios, and to see the supportive nature of people wanting them to shine brighter and be in this room and in this space where people are curious, excited, connecting, um, man, I just can't wait to be in one of those rooms again, and I cannot wait to partner with you to bring it to more cities. I'm like, "Okay, don't rush, don't don't overextend, keep your enthusiasm, that young enthusiasm, contained so that we can really bring it, but if you're interested in bringing this in person to your area, like I want to start having those conversations because what happened just last week feels like it is just the seed for a fast growing plant. And I'm very excited to be a part of it.
I believe you're right. I think the time is right and the need is there and people are searching. So,
Yeah.
no doubt in my mind that you're on the bleeding edge of where we're all needing to go. And I'm grateful to know you and to know that you are working on these things because a lot of us are getting older. So you're like, we need the younger folks to come in. Absolutely. So I'm glad that the future is in your hands. So thank you to all of our change makers for tuning in today. And make sure you look for Carrie's links. Make sure if you are a wellness practitioner of any kind, be sure to get into her database. And if you're looking for ideas about who and where to find ways to improve your health that maybe you've never heard of, get onto that database and take a look because you will be amazed. So we'll see you all in the next interview. Until then, we hope you have a totally remarkable and fabulous day.